What do you think you had in common
but
with this guy?
He introduced me to this girl. Her and I got really close. I think we both knew something wasn't right, but we had been dating for so long at that point that we were like, we either need to do something or break up. I reached out to her and, told her about it. And I remember she told me, yeah, he called me on the way home from your house after y'all broke up. I was like, that's interesting.
What is the deal with the song Matchmaker? Because is every word in this really true?
Yeah.
What's the story? Can we get into it a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this is a guy that you were dating.
Yeah.
How long were you dating this guy?
6 years.
6 years.
We started dating my freshman year of high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
How'd you start dating?
He was in the drum line.
He was in the drum line. So this was actually working, the drum line.
Yes, it did get me a boyfriend. This is true. And honestly, our relationship throughout high school was really sweet. Like, it was very innocent, and it was, I don't know, like just high school sweethearts, typical thing. But then I'm like, I'm moving to Nashville. I'm chasing this dream. And he was looking for a college to go to because, he was being a normal human and going to college. And he was like, well, maybe I'll just go to Belmont. And I remember thinking, like, that's probably not a good idea. But then I was like, you know what? We're in love. Who cares? So he went to Belmont. And
wait, but hold on. I gotta stop you here for a second. You graduated high school a year early.
Yes.
So was he older or what?
A year older.
He was
so we graduated at the same time.
You graduated at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were dating for 4 years, and then you're gonna
3 years.
3 years because you graduated a year early.
Yeah.
So you're dating for 3 years, and then you're gonna move to Nashville. Was he like? Did he push the music thing? Like, was he supportive of the music thing?
He was supportive of the music thing, for sure. Like, I had started coming to town and writing and stuff like that before him and I were even dating, or I even knew him. So it was always a factor. It was always a thing. I had some shows in Texas. Like,
what do you think you had in common with this guy?
What did I think, or what do I think?
Was it the music thing? What was it that, I don't know.
Well, we went to the same church. I thought he was really funny.
Humor can get to Erin Kinsey.
Humor can get to Erin Kinsey. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And, we were around each other a lot, and I don't know, at some point we were just dating.
Yeah.
We were really, really good friends first. And, I don't even know if there was nothing wrong with it in high school. I think that once we moved, like, we started growing into new people, like growing up, honestly. And we kind of grew farther apart than we realized, and we were trying to make it work, but then obviously when you're trying to make something work that doesn't work, there's room for people to get in the middle of that.
This feels so PR. This is what they teach you in the PR training.
Right.
But wait. So did he end up going to Belmont?
Yeah, he went to Belmont. He graduated.
He graduated?
Mm-hmm.
In what? What did he study?
Honestly, it's a really good question. Business.
Who cares?
Something.
Like, let's
it was business something.
Don't even give him any airtime. This song Matchmaker,
right,
it seems like you introduced him. What, you introduced him?
Technically, he introduced me to this girl. They met at their orientation, but then her and I got really close.
Yeah,
and so her and I were like in Bible study together. We were like watching each other's dogs for each other. She actually did content for me at one point. She would do behind the scenes stuff for me and like edit, and she was one of my really good friends for a long time. And I was talking to her throughout like the whole relationship. I was like, I don't know what's going on, like this is weird, and I don't know if this is working. And my ex, like, he was ready to get married. He was ready to like settle down, do the thing, and I was just revving up on all my music stuff. And I think we both knew something wasn't right, but we had been dating for so long at that point that we were like, we either need to do something or break up. And obviously we chose break up. But so we broke up, and I reached out to her and, told her about it. And I remember she told me, yeah, he called me on the way home from your house after y'all broke up. And I was like, that's interesting. He sure has a lot of friends. It's interesting he chose you, but whatever. And then
but you were freaking out. You had to be freaking out. No?
Honestly, I was upset that we broke up. I wasn't thinking too much about any of that. I was just like, okay, like, I know, like, this is tough. Like, we dated for a really long time. We were very intertwined with each other's lives. Like, he is from my hometown, obviously. So, like, we would go home together. Like, it was a lot. And then I remember her and I went to Bar Taco one night after, and we had, like, she wasn't asking about me enough. You know what I mean? Like, I'm obviously, I dated this guy for a long time. Like, you should be concerned for me, you know? She wasn't asking how I was doing enough. And I was like, that's interesting. But she asked if I could go get dinner, and we went. And she said that she had, like, hung out with him a couple times to just, like, talk through things. And I was like, honestly, I can't deal with this right now. So her and I just kind of stopped hanging out after that because we had already lost touch a little bit. And I'm like, you know what? If he needs you to be his friend or whatever, whatever. And then I found out they were engaged like a year later.
How do you find it out?
My poor dad saw a post on his mom's Facebook and screenshot it, sent it to my sister. And he said, what do we do? And my sweet sister called me and told me. And honestly, my first reaction was, I knew it.
You knew what? That they were going to be together or?
Yes. Because I had suspicions with, them hanging out and stuff like that. We did one time get in an argument about like just my lifestyle and like how different I was. And I was like, you need someone more like, and it was her.
That's what you said to him.
Yeah.
Like you said.
So I was like, it was my idea. I knew it.
It was your idea. Yeah.
Hence Matchmaker.
Hence the song. Matchmaker.
Yeah.
Wait, so this is so great.
It's so layered, which is tough. Like,
why is it layered? What's the layering?
Well, honestly, there's so much time that went by that there's just like so much happened. Like it was just a lot.
But you didn't feel the feelings you didn't feel were like you didn't feel I don't know what like pissed off or like did you feel like early on were you pissed that she was like going after your man or you just felt kind of removed?
Well, it was a year later.
No, but early on at Bar Taco, like if I knew.
Oh, right. Well, I was kind of mad, but I was kind of mad at everybody at that point. So I was like, in the world, I was like, why did this happen to me? Why did I date him for 6 years? I was mad at myself. So I was like, it's kind of even playing field for everyone. But what's funny is around that time, it was before we broke up. But I thought, obviously I made this comment to him while we were arguing that I was like, you need to be with someone like her. And I thought they were maybe a little closer than I thought than he was leading on, and that's when I wrote I Ain't Crazy. It's because I was like, you need someone like her or whatever. And he was like, no, never, whatever. And I went into the writer's room the next day with Casey Brown and Travis Wood. And I was like, I think there's like something going on there. And honestly, I don't even care. That's how far removed I was from this relationship by the time we broke up. I guess it's a good representation of that. But I was like, I don't even care if they're hanging out, but do not call me crazy. Do not say that I am making up stuff.
Who was calling you crazy, though? Were they calling you crazy?
Well, he was. He was saying that there wasn't anything going on between them. There never would be.
Yeah.
And I was more upset about that than even the idea of them hanging out. I was like, well, don't say I'm wrong. Because I know I'm right.
How do you rebound in Nashville, though? Like, do you then go, I'm single, I'm going out to Broadway? Like, or do you even think like that?
Honestly, I was so busy with music, and thank God, because I probably would have gotten in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, but you had to think, I'm single for the first time in 6 years.
Well, I was on festival dates.
So better yet, there's
hot
people. There are hot guys at festivals. Like how do you?
Oh, I got to watch Morgan Wallen with my toes in the sand in Atlantic City. I was like, this is incredible. And I went and like my day-to-day manager, Mary Kadar, like her and I are best friends. So we just like leaned in. We did everything together. She's married and she has a kid.
Yeah.
But she was like running around town with me, and we were like going out all the time and like just having fun. She would go to these festivals with me, and we'd be like singing on the beach and stuff. And I felt like I really leaned into like her as my friend and my sister a lot too. And then also I really dove into music. Just every feeling I had, I tried to write a song about it, and I tried to see what could come from it. And if I didn't have anything holding me back, because for a long time I was dating this guy, I was not happy, and I was writing love songs. And it felt very fake. And I was posting about him that we were happy and everything was great. And I was not happy. So I felt like I made a commitment to myself more than anything of like, okay, do not lie to other people, but more so don't lie to yourself anymore. Like, just say what you want to say and see what happens. You don't ever have to like put it out there, but like at least say it, in the phone voice memo, in the song, and in the writer's room, like be honest. And so it's been nice to like feel like I can, like if I'm going to talk about something, I'm going to be honest about it. And I hadn't felt that before.
Was there ever a time, though, where you're with your day-to-day manager and she goes, oh, that guy over there is pretty cute. You should go talk to him. Or she pushes you to go flirt with someone or anything like that.
I mean, yes, for sure. But she also like was looking out for me. Like she didn't want me to do anything dumb either. So it was a good balance of like she would hype me up and build me up, but also she would be like, actually, don't do that.
Really, she would. Okay.
She was a good wing woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, because she would prevent you from doing stupid things, or because she could hype you up to the right person.
Both.
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 Hold
She
on.
did a little yin and yang.
What would she do? Like, would she say? Would she walk you over to someone, introduce you to her, and just see if there was chemistry? She would say, "This is Erin. She just played in front of 10,000 people. Okay, goodbye." Like, is that how she would do it?
Honestly, she wouldn't really leave me alone, but she would hype me up and then she would hang out with us. Because I mean, she had nowhere to go, poor thing.
That's true, but that's not true. She could go anywhere. She could go
Right.
to the bathroom. She could go to the bus.
Right.
She could go to a
I
million
mean, if she
places.
felt the need to, I guess
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
a couple times where she did, like, at least remove herself for a second, but she would come back around and be like, okay, let's go.